Sup guys, this is JusticeSoulTuna with another voice of JST, and I'm here to talk about NCR 2013, as in NorCal Regionals, as in Northern California Regionals 2013 that just happened. And yeah, overall hype tournament, really great. Obviously a lot of great games. From the Melee finals with the guy who's gasping all the time and had all the stream monsters making different jokes and stuff like that, to the Marvel finals, which were pretty crazy and all over the place. The UA finals, which were solid. AE finals, which were intense, and of course Cross Tekken finals, which were really good, really great. And there's one thing about Cross Tekken this weekend that honestly shocked myself, shocked other people, and just shocked, I think, a lot of people who are watching Cross Tekken at the time, because it's something that we didn't see coming at all. I mean, but I'm happy it's finally happening. I feel like we're finally getting there, and that's Pandora in tournaments. Now, of course, up until this weekend, there have been about 3 Pandoras maximum in tournaments, in recorded tournaments that we know about. I mean, the Pandoras that I've found, the Hype Spotting one, the Mike Ross one, and the Alex Vi one. Those are the only ones that we had known about up until this point. But in this one weekend, I'd seen more Pandoras than, honestly, and obviously in the last year of Cross Tekken. Think about that. A whole year of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and just now, only now, we're seeing Pandora in tournaments. Obviously, vanilla Pandora is much harder to use. You know, that thing was like blood from stone. But Pandora is much more, usable now. It's much easier, much more brain dead in some ways. Brain dead easy, in fact. And yet you'd think people would still be winning with it easily, but that's not the case. But that isn't to say that there weren't some wins. I mean, there was a really good and clutch win by Alex Vi, who he did a combo. It didn't kill, but he managed to hit his opponent with EX shoulder from what's his name, with Lars, as in EX dynamic entry for the win. There was another one by I think it was Coffee. I think Coffee was using, or was it Coffee? Yeah, no, it was the Koji versus Coffee match, I think. And I think it was Koji who was using I think it was Elisa Oscar. And yeah, he did he Pandora to Elisa and used her armor. Like that moment was really good. Like and quite hype. And there was also the King Jion match where he Pandora to Yoshi and then he managed to get the clutch. He tried to go for the super. The super got eaten by Rufus's move. I think it was against Ricky Ortiz, I think. Yeah, it was against Ricky Ortiz. The super got eaten, but then he managed to catch him with a clutch EX move from Yoshi. But sadly, the Pandora that happened afterwards by King Jion didn't get him anywhere. That's why he sent to losers. And LPN, Pandora, obviously he didn't manage to win with it, unfortunately, because he got hit. And also, during the finals, PR Balrog, he Pandora'd, but he tried to do a reversal super or reversal something with Dudley, but I think he was fighting Momochi at the time, and at the time, Momochi's Nina was already doing Ivory Cutter, and Ivory Cutter is very fast, so it stopped whatever PR Balrog's Dudley tried to do in Pandora, unfortunately, because that would have been really hype. What was also a shame was King Jion not being able to pull anything off, unfortunately. And I think the one that really hurt me the most, because it was the last we saw of Pandora in that tournament, was when Momochi managed to get the hit confirmed with Jin. He started, I think it was crouch light punch into Shun Masatsu, which is Jin's back medium punch light punch, the target combo you see all the time. Then he did EX power stance into Swaying Willow for the counter hit. I'm like, wait, is he gonna Pandora? He did. He Pandora'd into Nina, right? And I'm thinking, oh, that's it. Raw super, he's done, right? But he went for crouch medium kick. The crouch medium kick whiffed, and because the crouch medium kick whiffed, it gave I think, I'm pretty sure that was PR Balrog, yeah. It gave PR Balrog a chance to Pandora as well. Because the thing is, it's happened twice now in that tournament. PR Balrog was not scared to Pandora timer scam, and that's a very viable thing. So while there's Pandora clutch kills, there's also Pandora combos, which I don't think there's any Pandora combo that actually worked. All of them were pretty clutch, but they were all going for Pandora combo kills anyway. Because obviously the one that LPN did, he, with Harong Jury, tried to combo it. Unfortunately, the combo didn't kill PR Balrog, and that's why on Wake Up PR Balrog Pandora timer scammed. That's the thing. I think Mike Ross did it as well at some point. So in the case of Momochi versus PR Balrog, because Momochi did not go for the raw super from Nina, because the raw super would have killed. Like, I mean, PL Bar was on like I think 20% health. It definitely would have killed. So it's just a shame that he messed up in that sense because he had that match. When he Pandoraed, I was like, that's perfect. Like it's over, but going for the crouch medium kick. Obviously, it's good trying to combo the whole thing, like to make sure. But the mistake was that if you do crouch light punch, confirm that to Shun Masatsu, EX power stand, swaying willow, all of that will push Jin so far back that if he's not the one finishing the combo, most likely your Pandora character that's incoming might screw it up. Unfortunately, it was good. It was fine. I mean, and obviously the counter Pandora was very smart, but see, the issue that I had with it was unfortunately anti-hype. And I mean, not anti-hype for me. I mean, it was a buzzkill for me. But what ended up happening was so many stream monsters and people were saying, Pandora's so useless, Pandora's so terrible. I'm like, really? Wow. Okay, they weren't even saying useless. They were saying it's terrible, it's a crap mechanic, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's so stupid. I mean, I understand that he messed up, but that's it though. He messed up. How is it the mechanic's fault that he screwed up? It's not the mechanic's fault. Obviously, it's suicide and it's risky. So if you mess up, you lose. But that's the point. The onus is on you to not screw up. Look, if I can call Pandora at NCR anything, it's growing pains. Look how many Pandora there were just in Cross Tekken, just in the Cross Tekken finals alone. That is to say, and in the other 2 days, Saturday and Friday, there's like so many Pandora activations. I didn't count how many there were. There was quite a few, but I would say there was at least over 10. Over 10. That's crazy to think that you probably wouldn't even get one Pandora activation in a whole Street Fighter Cross Tekken tournament. And even then, you wouldn't get one win. Obviously, you wouldn't get one activation. You wouldn't get any wins. Not only were there 10+ activations from several different players, there was about 4 different Pandora wins within this tournament. I mean, the Momochi one that messed up. I was really disappointed by that because that was a really big one. It would have been really hype, but still, it just goes to show that obviously you can't always get it right. You have to make the mistake to learn. I mean, to be fair, when my friends and I were first starting Pandora technology, we messed up so many times. We didn't all get Pandora kills on our first try. We'd Pandora and we failed. And obviously this was in vanilla when it was much harder to pull it off. We'd Pandora and we'd mess up the combo or there was too little time left. There's always something that got in the way. And that was vanilla Pandora. But even now that we're more accustomed to it, now that Pandora is easier for everybody, even now, you still can't always clutch it out. Sometimes the combo will miss, sometimes you'll mess up your inputs, sometimes the time will run out, sometimes the damage isn't enough. Something will always, something, not always, but sometimes something will go wrong. Not always, but sometimes it will go, some things will go wrong. But that's the issue, really. Now, I'd like to mention that the reason why the players did what they did with Pandora, and I'm so glad they did, because they finally recognized this point. They're using Pandora as it should be, not as this full health comeback mechanic, not as this panic button. See, what Pandora is, it's a finishing mechanic used for extending combos and finishing the job. It's basically a reversal that can be used either, as purely a reversal type move, or a move that can be used to reverse the match in your favor, i.e. to win an unwinnable situation, to give you the power to do what you normally wouldn't be able to do. See, Pandora is 3 full bars of meter for free, basically. 3 full bars of meter for free, and the only condition you need obviously is low health. You sacrifice the other character and you have 10 seconds to do something. Obviously if you screw up you die. But see, the reason why I think that the activations in this tournament were really smart is they were done on Wake Up. That's one of the best times to do it. Reversal Pandora is really effective because if somebody on Wake Up is going to go for a mix-up or going to go for a grab, if you Reversal Pandora and hit them with either a super or something else, then you have the opportunity to basically screw up their plans. Normally, let's just say on Wake Up, you had 0 meter, you had less than 20% health, you were probably going to die in whatever they were going to do. You get, you Pandora, you get your opponent's health, your partner's health, you get your partner's health, you get your health to about 50% or something like that. You have 3 bars of meter, you can go crazy. You can do EX reversal into, crouch heavy super and close out the job, basically. Now, the conditions for Pandora, if I haven't already mentioned them before, are literally, in my opinion, the ideal conditions where it should be happening. And I was glad to see it was happening, is 30 seconds or less. Like, when the timer's running out, you're definitely out of options. When obviously your health is low enough, one character's health is low enough to make it happen. So even if your other character's health is like, say, 50% or something. If you are mindful of the character who has Pandora health, then if you were to switch them in, then you can basically Pandora offer them into your other character. So that's one thing to remember. The next thing is that the window, yes, it's 30 seconds, but I'd say the best window for Pandora is about 30 seconds to 15 seconds. Anything under that is clutch, like genuinely clutch. 30 seconds to 15 seconds is the ideal window that you want to basically get that Pandora comeback. The next thing is the opponent has to be around 50% or less. Obviously, there's 60% combos, 70% combos, in some case 90% combos, but these are all conditional. They're based on gems, which you wouldn't have in tournaments, and they're usually based off of jump-ins, so I don't think anyone's going to be getting 90% anytime soon. But the highest damage at any like a team can get in a practical situation is probably about 600. But if you don't want to bank your hopes on that, the best thing to go for is like about 50%. A lot of characters and teams can do 50%, but I'd say in a clutch situation you're looking around 40 to 50% to finish off the job. So let's just say that on wake up, like they did in this tournament, somebody gets up, somebody gets knocked down. As they're getting up, you Pandora, right? You basically have that chance to hit them with an EX move into a super or just raw super. The raw super is going to do probably 35%, sometimes even 40% damage given a certain situation. And if you do EX reversal into your super, if your character can do that, that's easy 50%. That's easy 45 to 50%. So it's good to see that Pandora is happening way more in tournaments. Obviously, I don't know if it was Alex Vi at Texas Showdown that inspired people. I don't know if it's my videos. I don't know if it's just finally happening overall. Whatever the reason is, I'm glad to see that Pandora is finally happening in tournaments. I'm glad to see that people are now considering it when it should be used. They're not just thinking of it as a throwaway mechanic that was just in there and it doesn't have any uses. They know how it works. They know when to implement it. You know, if you want a perfect example of situations where Pandora is practical, look at the Pandora Cross Mechanics video by myself. Check the Pandora Tech playlist for literally damn near hundreds of ideas, because the Pandora Tech playlist is sitting at 70 plus videos right now. You cannot tell me that you won't learn something from that. There are so many characters in there. There's so many different teams. There's so many different setups. There's so many different combos. So many different wins. So that at this point, it's undeniable that Pandora is viable. So it's not a matter of how to do it. It's a matter of when. It's a matter of why. I mean, I wanted to make some long, ridiculous video explaining different circumstances, breaking down stuff, but I mean, I feel like I don't need to do it. I feel like as players, people should be realizing this on their own. Like the examples are out there for people to see. It's no longer a case of, oh, nobody uses Pandora, so I have no idea what to do. You know, you've seen it online a billion times, and if you think online doesn't prove anything, look, now you're seeing it in tournaments. Now you're beginning to see. Sure you don't see it enough in tournaments. I mean, NCR is the first time you saw it loads of times, but also the fact that you know, it failed in some cases. You get to see when it works and when it doesn't work. When you do it right and when it gets executed poorly. You see, the mechanic itself isn't the issue. It's what you put into it. So at this point, I'm incredibly happy that Pandora is being implemented way better, and it's appearing in tournaments altogether. I think to me that's the thing that really pleased me the most. But the next step, the next big important step, is to have players implement it and hopefully succeed, because it's almost discouraging to lose with Pandora, because it almost feels like there's no reason to do it. But sometimes, just like the title of my newest Pandora win compilation, you've got nothing to lose. 30 seconds left on the clock. Opponent's got about a 50% life lead or less. 40% life lead. As in they've got 40%, not as in 40% life lead altogether. Your characters are both down to the wire. Like, the next mix-up or combo is going to hit you. You need to combine that health, you need to get that free meter, and you need to show them that you're not done, you're down but you're not out. I mean, that's how you use Pandora, and shoutouts to all of the players who used it in NCR, and I honestly look forward to seeing more Pandora in the future. This has been JusticeSoulTuna with another Voice of JST. See you guys later.